Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PSN review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Dead Nation, which if you've never played it before, it's basically, well, it's an action-adventure type thing, but it's done in the style of an arena shooter, and that's basically the whole point, really. It's one of the most anticipated PSN titles around, probably because it's, I think, the first true PSN-only title to have a platinum, but my reasons for wanting it is because I love these sorts of games. So anyway, you can play the game solo, you can play the game co-op offline, which is absolutely amazing. You can play the full thing co-op offline. You're not hindered at all, you're not forced to do anything different, so it's great to have full co-op support. You can also play the game online, co-op as well, and it's just for the 2 players though, so it's not the type of thing that you can have 4 people, which is the only downside, and even then 4 people might make things a bit too hectic. Global status just simply tells you where you are in position of things, and if I'm reading that right, we're actually 3rd out of 56 on the countries, as in Great Britain, that is. Because it's one of those, it tells you out all the countries, which is a bit stupid considering some countries got it before other countries, so they're obviously right at the top of the rankings. Option wise, you can fully customise your controls, which is very welcome because how they're done to begin with isn't all that great. So anyway, I suppose I'll just get into the game. Obviously the gallery is just a gallery. Well, the game is one of those, it's a bit like Left 4 Dead mixed with, well, Geometry Wars and just things like that. Because the whole point is there's zombies all over the place and you've got to get from one end of the level to the other. The whole point is that you have to survive. So you're constantly getting hoarded by enemies, you're constantly having to outsmart them by activating car alarms, and then the cars explode. You can do this with a whole host of weaponry, but to begin with you've got a rifle which is single fire, which means you have to bash the button all the time, or you can hold it to do a power shot, and you've got yourself a grenade and a flare. The basic weapons on the game are absolute crap. It's one of those, for the first level I wasn't actually enjoying it at all because the weaponry was so bad. Once it gets later into the game though, and you've got your SMGs, your shotguns, your flamethrowers, it's actually really good. It's one of the best games on the PSN, especially for the price that it's asking for. Because there's 10 levels overall, and the levels are pretty lengthy. And it's just one of those, really, that whether or not you play it depends solely on if you actually enjoy this sort of game, because it doesn't change. Every level is the same as the last, but obviously harder. You can upgrade your weaponry and buy weaponry, and basically you get money by killing the zombies and by opening car boots or trunks or whatever you want to call them, by opening chests and things like that. And you can mainly upgrade, well, rate of fire, power, clip size. You can upgrade how much ammo you can hold because you only get infinite ammo on your original weapon. You can also find packs of armor, and the armor will either give you more strength, endurance or agility, so you just have to mix and match your armor, and it's just one of those. This is the boring part of the game, so let's cut into a later level. So, we're on a later level. As you can see, I've got access to the SMGs, the shotguns, the flamethrowers, and I've actually got enough money to buy the blade cannon, so I might as well show that one off as well. As you go through the game, obviously, as you'd imagine, not only do the zombies get harder, you get more of them and different types of them. And you can get basically ones, big fat ones that explode. You can get huge gorilla type ones that can leap on top of you. You can get ones that scream, which attract attention and that. You can also, as well as getting different types of weapons that I've mentioned, you can get different types of grenades. So you can get Molotov cocktails, you can get mines, which can actually explode more than once for some reason. It's actually one of the things it advertises when you put the game on, that today's mines can be exploded more than once, so it's pretty cool. But obviously it's one of those things that you basically have to upgrade those as well, because you can upgrade the blast radius of your grenades and things like that. If you do actually get killed, then it's not the end of the game unless you both get killed. Basically, if the survivor manages to get to a checkpoint, the other will reappear, and you can still earn cash whilst dead, which is a nice little feature, because it means that you're not completely screwed when you go to the next checkpoint. However, if you both die, like I'm hoping is about to happen right now, then you both go straight back to the start of the checkpoint, and, well, then that way I would have been able to show off the weapons. Instead, he's going to have to get himself killed here. because it's one of those, it's definitely not the type of game that you can play and mess around in. You really do have to know what you're doing and pay attention and things like that, otherwise you will find yourself dying more often than not. It's just one of those things. Part of the problem is the fact that the game is really dark and you've only got these little flashlights to be able to light your way, so sometimes you can get surrounded without even knowing that there's any zombies on the screen, and next thing you know, you're a bit screwed. So basically keep your eyes open is what I'm saying. Well, there's pretty much nothing I can really see. I mean, as you might have guessed there, I was kind of shutting up so you could hear the music of the game. It works well, I think. It's one of those types of things where it does make it more tense and atmospheric. It does blend into it well, because when everything's going frantic and you're hearing the high-pitched whistles and that and screeches, it can almost make you crap yourself if you've got it up loud enough. But there really isn't anything left to say about the game. It's one of those, if you like the sort of game, you should love it. Pretty much everything about it is done well. I mean, controls are done well, the graphics look excellent, the upgrade system works well, just the whole game has been done properly. It's not the type of thing that I can really slag it off or anything. I mean, even the fact that it's dark in places and you can't see what the hell's going on, it's like that for a reason, because you're on nighttime levels and, well, it's supposed to be dark. So if you really don't like games being dark, then just turn the brightness up, I suppose. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. So while it's on sale, you're probably best off getting it, because apparently it's only a one-day sale, and after a day, then bam, that's it. But just, well, try it out. I suppose the only downside to the game is the fact that there's no demo, because some people will think, well, is it going to get boring too fast for me personally? And that's where a demo would have came in fantastic, really. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.